You can always tell when a man's really into you, not by what he says, but by where his attention goes when you're around. You walk into the room and suddenly, everything else fades for him. His focus sharpens. Even if he's in the middle of a conversation, laughing with friends, or pretending to scroll through his phone, there's this subtle shift in energy, like he's aware you're there before he even sees you. It's instinctive, it's not rehearsed. That glance he gives you, the way his eyes linger for just a moment too long, it's not about being polite. It's that magnetic pull he's barely managing to contain. And what's interesting is he doesn't even realize he's doing it. It's not some conscious performance. It's as if his brain has decided you're the most fascinating thing in the room, and the rest of him is just trying to catch up. He listens more intently when you speak. Even if others are talking, he picks up your voice like it's in a different frequency. His responses are sharper, more thoughtful. He leans in slightly, not just with his body, but with his attention. It's in the way he pauses when you're about to say something, how he tracks your facial expressions like they're telling a story he doesn't want to miss. Men who aren't interested will stay in the periphery half, engaged, reactive, distracted. But when a man is into you, his attention becomes intentional. He notices the details you didn't even think anyone would catch. Like how you twirl your necklace when you're thinking, or the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you're passionate about. He picks up on your moods. If you seem off even a little, he notices, not because he's trying to be impressive, but because something in him genuinely cares. And here's where it gets real. Attention doesn't lie. We can fake words, we can fake smiles, but sustained, focused attention, that's hard to fake, especially over time. The guy who's into you will remember things you said in passing. You might mention your favorite coffee or a small detail about your day, and suddenly he brings it up later, not to show off, but because he stored it away like it mattered to him. Because it does. This is the guy who chooses to stand or sit where he can see you, even if the space is crowded. Who notices when someone else is flirting with you and suddenly gets a bit more tuned in, protective even. Not in a possessive way, but in a way that says, asterisk, I see you and I want you to know you're not invisible to me. Asterisk, you'll see it in the small moments. When you laugh and he looks at you like that moment could last forever. When he finds excuses to keep the conversation going even after the topic's long over. When his phone buzzes and he doesn't even look at it because right now, you're the notification that matters. The beautiful thing is, this kind of attention doesn't always come with big declarations or over-the-top gestures. It's in the subtleties, the stillness when he's listening, the softness in his voice when he says your name, the curiosity in his questions, not just about your past, but about your now, what you're feeling, what you want, what makes you light up. A man who's into you doesn't just give you time, he gives you presence, and that presence speaks volumes more than a clever pickup line ever could. When a man is genuinely into you, there's this playful tug-of-war between confidence and charm that he can't help but engage in. It's almost like his internal dial is constantly shifting. On one hand, he wants to impress you, and on the other, he wants to stay just vulnerable enough to keep you guessing. You'll see this in the way he walks into the room with self-assurance, maybe even acts like he's totally relaxed and in control, but then, right when you start to settle into that image, he does something that reveals a softer, more curious side. That's not an accident. It's not manipulation either. It's a genuine response to someone who's stirring something deeper in him. This is the guy who will lean in with a compliment, maybe even flirt boldly, then pull back slightly, not to confuse you, but because he's now wondering what you'll do in response. His confidence gives him the nerve to initiate something, but his charm is where he shows you his sincerity. It's the combination that makes it magnetic. If he were only confident, it would feel one-sided, all about him. But when he mixes that with real charm, genuine listening, warm laughter, slight self-deprecation, it shows he's not just trying to win you over, he's actually hoping to connect. He might tease you lightly, and then look at you just a little longer to make sure you took it well. Or he'll say something cheeky with a grin, and then soften immediately if you react in a way that suggests he's crossed a line. That shift, that ability to read you in the moment and adjust, comes from a place of real interest. He's not just performing for an audience, he's actively engaged with you. You're not just a mirror to reflect his coolness, you're someone whose opinion of him genuinely matters. Men who aren't into you might keep the bravado going indefinitely. They stay in that confident, polished zone because they don't feel the need to risk anything. But a man who's truly into you allows those cracks to show. He'll be funny, sure, but then he'll let slip a real opinion, a little insecurity, a childhood memory. Something that makes you lean in and go, *, oh wait, that was real. *, he's signaling that you matter. More than just a casual interaction, and at the same time, he's hoping you'll meet him halfway. What makes this dance so compelling is that it's not formulaic. It doesn't follow a script. One minute he's showing off a little, the next he's asking you something thoughtful about your dreams. He's testing the waters not because he's unsure of himself, but because he's navigating unfamiliar territory, his feelings for you. That flirtation, that back and forth, isn't a game in the way people often think. It's a way for him to gauge if you feel the same. If you laugh, tease back, engage, he becomes more open. If you're quiet or reserved, he might back off slightly, not because he's lost interest, but because your reaction matters to him. And what's beautiful is that when you recognize this, you stop overanalyzing every move. You start seeing that these behaviors are signs of emotional risk, of someone trying to connect while maintaining just enough composure not to scare you or himself away. It's not about pretending to be perfect. It's about wanting to be seen as someone worth your time, without seeming like he's trying too hard. That balance between being bold and being real is where attraction lives, and when a man walks that line, it's never just flirting. It's the beginning of something deeper, something he's hoping you'll notice too. When a man is into you, his body speaks a language he doesn't even realize he's fluent in. One of the clearest signs is how he finds subtle, casual ways to touch you. It's rarely bold or obvious, at least not at first. It might be the light brush of your shoulder when he's making a joke, the gentle touch on your lower back as he guides you through a doorway, or the moment his knee lightly taps yours and he doesn't move it right away. These moments don't scream "I want you," but they hum with that quiet, unspoken message. Physical connection becomes a way for him to bridge the emotional gap without using words. This kind of touch isn't random, it's intentional, even if it's not calculated. It's testing the waters, it's seeing how you respond. Do you lean in? Do you smile? Do you pull away? Your reaction gives him information he craves, because when a man likes you, he wants to feel closer. He wants that closeness to be felt, not just through conversation, but through proximity. He doesn't want to invade your space, but he also doesn't want to stay so distant that you can't feel the attraction growing between you. It's not about pressure, it's about presence. That light graze on your arm when he's laughing at something you said. It's not because he needed to do it, it's because in that moment it felt natural. That's the key. When a man is drawn to you, touch becomes part of the rhythm of how he interacts with you. It blends seamlessly into the flow of your time together. It doesn't interrupt the conversation, it enhances it. And even if he's usually someone who doesn't touch people much, he'll find himself doing it around you because he's not entirely in control of the urge. These kinds of touches are also about emotional comfort. A man who touches you gently is saying, asterisk, I want to be close, but I also respect your space. Asterisk, he's showing you that he's attuned to the moment, that he notices your energy. If you're having a hard day, he might place a reassuring hand on your shoulder. If you're celebrating something, he might pull you into a quick, warm hug. None of it is about being overly forward, it's about being connected. What makes this different from someone who's just flirtatious in general is how selective it is. He's not touching everyone, he's not playful with everyone, he's specifically tuned into you. You'll notice that he gives you more of this kind of physical presence than anyone else in the room. And if someone else touches you, his eyes follow. There's a slight flicker, a subtle shift, almost like his body tenses. He may not say anything, but it's clear he wants that closeness to be something that's shared just between the two of you. Sometimes he pulls back right after. That's part of the charm. The touch happens, but then it's as if he questions himself. Asterisk, was that okay? Did she notice? Did it mean as much to her as it did to me? Asterisk, that hesitation isn't weakness. It's a reflection of how much your response matters to him. He wants to make sure that connection is mutual, that it's welcomed, and that it says the right thing. Not just, I'm attracted to you, but asterisk, I feel something when I'm near you, and I hope you feel it too. Asterisk, these touches may seem small, but they build. They create a rhythm of closeness, and if you really tune in, you'll realize they're not accidental. They're quiet declarations, a kind of flirty honesty that bypasses words entirely and lets feeling do the talking. There's a particular kind of teasing that doesn't feel like it's coming from a guy who's just trying to be funny. It feels personal, like he's paying attention to you in a way most people don't. When a man is into you, his teasing shifts from surface-level banter to something that's surprisingly thoughtful. It's not about making fun of you. It's about creating a little world where only the two of you understand the joke. He might pick up on a quirky habit you didn't even know was noticeable, like how you always add way too much sugar to your coffee, or how you can never finish a story without going on 3 side tangents. But the way he points it out is playful, never cruel. It's as if he's saying, asterisk, I see you, and I like what I see enough to remember the details. Asterisk, this is a kind of flirting that feels safe and exciting at the same time. You're not just a face in the crowd anymore. You've become someone he's building a connection with, one inside joke at a time. And often, these playful jabs come with a smile that lingers just a little longer than it should, or an eyebrow raise that waits to see how you'll respond. He's not looking to win a laugh from everyone, he's focused on how asterisk you asterisk react. Because for him, the magic is in your response, your smile, the way you tease him back. That interaction becomes a private little loop, something that feels more intimate than even a serious conversation sometimes. This kind of teasing isn't constant. It's strategic in the most natural way. It shows up when the moment feels light, when there's already an energy between you that makes it safe to play. He might challenge you to a game, mock your choice of music, or laugh at your over-the-top reaction to a scary movie. And then, the moment he senses that maybe he pushed too far, he softens instantly. That shift tells you it's not about proving anything, it's about closeness. His teasing isn't meant to push you away. It's designed to pull you in, to see if you're on the same wavelength. What's especially telling is when he remembers the things he teases you about. Maybe weeks later, he brings up that silly thing you said or the way you always mispronounce a certain word. And when he does, it's not because he's trying to embarrass you. It's because those small things stuck with him. They've become part of how he sees you, and they matter enough to bring up again, like a thread he's gently tugging to keep the connection alive. You'll also notice how this kind of teasing creates contrast with how he treats others. He might be polite and reserved around most people, but with you, there's this spark, this edge. It's not just attraction, it's focus, and he might not even realize he's doing it. That teasing becomes a reflex, a habit formed from wanting to be close without always having to say it out loud. He's creating a rhythm, a backhand, forth, that feels uniquely yours. And here's the subtle truth. This behavior comes from a place of comfort. He feels relaxed around you, safe enough to be playful, bold enough to challenge you a little. Because flirting isn't always about being sweet or saying the right thing. Sometimes it's about testing limits, seeing where the line is, and dancing right at the edge of it, not to push you away, but to draw you in closer. That's what this kind of teasing does. It says, I know you, I enjoy you, and I want to keep this going. When a man is genuinely into you, there's something subtle yet powerful that starts to happen. He begins to mirror your energy. Without even realizing it, this isn't a conscious act. He's not sitting there thinking, let me copy her body language so she feels more connected to me. It's automatic. It's chemistry taking the wheel. He leans in when you do. His expressions soften when yours do. His pace of speaking adjusts to match yours. It's not mimicry, it's resonance, and it's one of the most authentic signs that he's deeply engaged and emotionally invested. You'll notice it in the way he responds to your moods. If you're laughing, lighthearted, and playful, he matches that frequency almost instantly. If you slow down and become more thoughtful or vulnerable, he meets you there too. This adaptability doesn't come from strategy. It comes from being attuned to you. He wants to be in sync, not just physically, but emotionally. And the fascinating thing is, he may not even be aware he's doing it. That's how real it is. People only mirror those they feel connected to or want to connect with. It's a primal behavior rooted in our social wiring. When a guy starts matching your gestures, your posture, or even the rhythm of your laughter, it's his subconscious way of saying, we're aligned, I'm with you, it creates harmony. It builds trust, and when you feel that kind of alignment, it's hard not to feel drawn in. He might also start picking up your phrases or expressions. If you have a unique way of saying something or use a particular kind of humor, you'll hear those things echoed back in his words over time. It's not imitation, it's appreciation. He enjoys the way you speak, the way you express yourself, and naturally starts integrating parts of that into the way he communicates with you. Because to him, that language starts to represent comfort, closeness, and emotional safety. What's even more telling is how this mirroring can continue even when he's not physically near you. For example, he might start texting you in your style, using the same emojis, the same kind of pacing in replies, even matching your tone. These aren't things he does with everyone. You've influenced his rhythm. That doesn't happen with casual interest. That only happens when he's truly drawn to you, and when you shift energy, so does he. Let's say you suddenly go quiet during a conversation. Maybe you're distracted or feeling a bit off. He won't bulldoze past it. He'll notice. He might slow down, ask if you're okay, or just pause and match the mood, letting you take the lead. That's him being emotionally tuned in, not because he's trying to impress you, but because your energy has weight to him. It matters. This behavior is also a reflection of effort. Without saying it, he's telling you he wants to be on the same wavelength. He wants to understand you, connect with you, and meet you where you are. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically. And while a guy can fake words or actions, he can't easily fake that natural sinking that starts to unfold when he's fully present with you. Mirroring isn't loud or showy. It's not something that makes you stop and go, asterisk, oh wow, he just copied me, asterisk, it's something you feel. It makes being around him feel easy, seamless, like the two of you are dancing to the same song even if no one else hears the music. It's one of those quiet signals that tells you he's not just interested in being near you, he's interested in moving asterisk with asterisk you. One of the most endearing and telling signs that a man is into you is how hard he tries to make you laugh, even if he's not naturally funny. It's not about delivering polished jokes or having perfect timing, it's about effort. That moment when he throws out a silly comment, makes a goofy face, or says something a little self-deprecating just to see your smile, that's where the truth is. Because for him, your laughter isn't just a reaction, it's reassurance, it's connection. It's that beautiful, fleeting moment when he knows he's made you feel good. He might not always get it right. Sometimes the joke will fall flat, or he'll say something awkward that even he regrets the second it leaves his mouth. But he'll laugh at himself, shrug it off, and try again. Why? Because he's not trying to be a comedian. He's trying to be asterisk, seen asterisk by you. Your amusement, your smile, your joy. It feeds something in him. It tells him that he's doing something right, that there's a spark, even if it's just for a second. This need to make you laugh comes from a deeper place than most people realize. Men often grow up associating humor with approval, charm, even value. So when he finds himself genuinely drawn to someone, the instinct kicks in. He might exaggerate a story, do a silly impression, or poke fun at himself in the most random way. He doesn't do it to impress a crowd, he does it for asterisk you asterisk, and even if others are around, he'll always glance your way to check your reaction. Because your laugh means more to him than anyone else's, you'll notice the difference in the tone of his humor too. It's not the same kind of joking he uses with his friends. It becomes softer, more playful, more tuned into who asterisk you asterisk are. Maybe he remembers something you once said was funny and brings it up again just to revisit that moment. Or he picks up on something unique about you and teases it in a way that feels lighthearted and sweet. That kind of humor creates inside moments, tiny shared experiences that build closeness. It becomes a language between you two where laughter isn't just noise, it's a signal of emotional chemistry. And here's the thing, this behavior often gets overlooked. We're taught to look for big gestures or perfectly crafted words, but the guy who's trying to make you laugh in small, imperfect ways is showing something real. He's letting his guard down. He's allowing himself to be silly, even vulnerable. Because in those attempts to bring out your laughter, he's revealing how much he cares about your happiness. Sometimes he'll even take social risks. He might say something quirky or awkward just to lighten the mood, even if it might make him look a little ridiculous. That kind of risk isn't about being smooth. It's about being brave. He's choosing to step outside his comfort zone, not to gain attention, but to earn a moment of genuine joy with you. That's not surface-level attraction. That's a man reaching for something deeper. It also says something important about the kind of connection he wants. He's not just there for the physical or the surface-level banter. He wants to share something emotionally safe and fun. A space where both of you can let your guards down, be playful, and just asterisk be asterisk. When he makes that effort to make you laugh, even when it doesn't land, it's his way of saying asterisk, I like being around you, I want to be someone you enjoy being around too, asterisk, it's easy to... Underestimate those goofy attempts, those cheesy lines, or those silly stories, but if you pay close attention, you'll realize they're not just jokes. They're invitations to laugh, to connect, and maybe to fall into something neither of you expected, but both of you clearly feel.